Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, January the 10th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Tro Hl5 Revisited Part 2. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Yesterday, we started talking about Tro Hl5 again because there was a couple of questions. And I guess the video generated some more questions. So there's the main one being when you have multiple copies of Tro Hl5 on the screen. So you can see here that indicator tag is 0, and this one's also 0. And so what will happen is you can see that one says current. You've got two copies, but nothing's happening. So let's just change this over to daily for the my period. And you see it wiped out the first one because we were at current on the first one. So what we need to do is change this. Change that indicator tag. So now you can see we have current, we've got the H4 and the D1. So that's how that works. And that was a kind of a biggie. So if we reset it, once again, let's put this back to 1. We can turn that off. We're working with the current period. Let's put that to weekly. So now we've got weekly and H4. Let's go to the first one and change that from current. Let's make that one daily. So now we have the current, weekly, and daily highs and lows. But let's say, because I had a request, somebody wanted to see the previous. And so what you do is 1 bar and set the shift to 1. So that's, we're going to start 1 day ago, and we're only going to show 1 bar's worth of data. And let's do the same on this one. So 1 bar, we're going to start 1 bar ago, that's the shift, and this is for the week. So now you have the previous week high and low, and the previous day's high and low. And so these will be static. These lines won't move until tomorrow. So now you've got some lines to trade at. So you can see here, this is H4. Now one other thing that I did to these indicators was I put in some shading. So you can see here, you can shade the previous day. So if you set that to true, it'll shade the previous day. And of course, you can make it so shade previous day true, shade previous day color. You can change that to whatever color you want. Let's see. Let's use light pink. So that's how you can do the previous day. Now you can also do you can shade the current day. And that's how that works. So let's just double check something here. This is week. So we know what we're looking at. Now let's go to this one. This one was the daily. Now what you can do, another thing, some of my methods. So for example, if you want to show, excuse me, if you want to show the rat zone, you need to see the top and the bottom, because that's the candle top, candle bottom. And now we need to go back to the current day if we want to see the rat zone. And shade rat zone true. And so you can see here, it'll show you the rat zone. But what we have to do is we have to turn off the shading of the day, because that's overwriting it. Okay, where's the shade? Shade rat zone true. Shade previous day true. So we have to turn that off. Shade the previous, shade the day. Turn that off. And go back. That's daily. Shade rat zone true. Let me turn this off for a second. Okay, I have to remember how to shade the rat zone. Let me just turn this off to make sure this one isn't interfering. So those are the rats, the rat zone, red rat, green rat. Now line started bar true. So that happens. And show high-low offset. That has to be turned on for the rat to shade. So that's how that works. And of course you could just use TRO rat zone if you wanted to. And so you can see here price went into the red rat zone and it's now pulled back 23 pips. Now, you can also use this to do the Wick Zone. So shade Wick Zone true. So you can see here, it's showing you the Wick Zone for the current day, which you don't want. So what we will do is shade the Wick Zone false. We'll come over to this indicator, turn it back on. Let's use the Wick Zone. So shade the Wick Zone true, and we want to change this back to day. And you can see here where you have the previous day's high, and you have the previous day's top. And if we turn off the rat, and you can see you have the Wick Zone. Now if you look at the daily, you can see the open and the low are the same. So that's why you don't see a lower Wick Zone. So you can, as you can see, Tro Hl5 has a lot of things you can do with it. Now, of course, if you want to see the Wick Zone for the week, you can just change this to the week. And you can see we are above the Wick Zone for the previous week. Now, one of the other things you can do is you can show, instead of using pips, you can show distance as ATR %. You can show it as, you can use standard deviations from the open. And so what I will do is I will turn set show close to true. Let's bring that back to the day. And hold on just a sec. Okay, so if we want to show distance as ATR %, we set that to true. And you can see close, yesterday's close was at 0% of the ATR, but we really want to see today's. Oh, my bar, my shift. And you know what? We're out of time. I'll have to pick this up tomorrow. As you can see, there's so much to do here. But remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.